Hello, today I'm going to talk to you about Google Drive and using the share feature. You can use Google Drive and create all different kinds of things, um, from a Word document to an Excel sheet to a PowerPoint. And in order to collaborate and work with people around the world, you can share these things as you're working on them. So today I'm going to show you some Google Docs that students have shared and are collaborating and working over spring break. It's spring break right now, to sort of set up their research. They're going to be coming back from spring break with all the things they need in their plan and their research to do the research done. So they're working together with Google Docs. So if you're on Google Drive, all you have to do is go to the Shared With Me column, and in the Shared With Me column you can see all of my different groups of students. I allowed them to pick a group of 3 to 5 to do this assignment. Um, they have and are working on writing their research question, writing their title, writing their introduction, writing their methods, and having a data table ready so they can put data in. Some of the features that are really awesome about this is I can go on, look at what they've done so far. I've made some comments today about their title not being specific and not complete, in their introduction, making sure that they're citing the research they're coming up with and making sure they're arranging it in the order that I want it. So they want their background information organized from their broad to narrow, then they want a purpose, then they want a hypothesis. All right. So that will help them sort of look through and do that. You can see that students are online right now, so Catherine and Caitlin are on, and then you can also see the history of how they are editing things. So I made a comment here, and Catherine's been on and is working on it today. Other students have, the nice thing about this viewing of history is one of the last things I make them do is I make them tell me how much of the work was divided evenly, and if it was divided evenly, and I can go back and check and see what people did and who did what and how much effort was put in by those students just by checking this revision history over here. So like if I look at this, all of this information here was all put in by one student, and this box was put in by a different student, and all the rest of the people in the group haven't really done any parts yet. So that is something to look at. And then I add a comment there. Here's one that's coming together pretty nicely. We've got an introduction to methods. The methods has to be in paragraph form, so I just reminded her of that. She said she wanted to type it out, and then type it into a paragraph, which is fine. The way that they want to do that's fine. You can see those comments can be commented on. So we have questions going around here with a couple group members and feedback from group members in that group. Altogether, this makes for a really awesome way to collaborate. You can have a student typing up here at the same time that a student's typing down there. You can also have a Google Hangout where you would video conference and talk about what those things are. Google's just ultimately a great way to share and have students continue to do work while they're not in the classroom. Now it's over spring break, so I'm going to be ahead because I'm not going to have to give them class period to do this planning. When we come back from spring break, it will begin that experiment that I've already been able to give some feedback on through this Google. The ISTE standards that I was looking at, thinking, planning, and the creative process, they're sort of developing and collaborating and using this technology to come up with their experiment. They also are coming up with real-world answers or solving problems through doing their research. So one of the groups is looking at salinity's effect on seed germination. We just discussed how lots of salt was spreaded on the roads and how does that affect fields. The last one I looked at was this one, customized personalized learning activities to address diverse learning styles and ability to use those tools. So we have students who may potentially be better at writing one subject or another, so they're in a group and they're being able to do maybe one topic that they're strong with and editing maybe a topic that they're not so strong with. Altogether, I think this is a great resource. It is probably one of the easiest things to do. So if you go to creating a new folder and I go to Google Docs and I create one, all I have to do is go to File and Share, and I'd have to title that document and skip that step. Then I would type in the email. They have to be Google addresses, so the students do have to log on to a Google account. Alright, and you can see I can choose, they can edit, or they can just comment, or they can just view. So all of those things are options. Obviously the students are all editing. Once I select the students I want to share it with, they all have to share it with me. I can see exactly what's been done. They can see any comments I have for them. Altogether a great program and a great resource for teaching.